So we are toasting almonds here first. I have got about 50 grams of raw almonds, sorry, 75 grams of raw almonds. So today we are using total 150 grams of nuts. I have got 25 grams of pistachio which I'm going to roast later. So first I start with the almonds, followed by the pistachio, and then the walnut, which is about 50 grams. You can do whole 150 grams of almond, or you can do like just you can do mix and match of various nuts that you have. So we are done with the almond. So now we are going to lightly toast the pistachio. This will not take long, maybe a couple of minutes or so. Finally, the last ingredient, the walnuts. Alternatively, you can toast them in the oven. You can set the temperature to 200 degrees centigrade, and then about like 5 to 7 minutes you can toast them. And as I speak, I will preheat my oven or heat up my oven to 200 degrees centigrade before we start baking the biscottis. So we're done with the toasting part of the walnut, the last nut that we were supposed to toast, and we like roughly chop the nuts. If you think it's too hot, you can let them wait for the nuts to cool down a little bit, and then we roughly chop them. Same goes with the almonds. We roughly chop the almonds. For some people this is optional because it helps in mixing the batter for biscotti. And finally the pistachios. So in the mortar and pestle, I have got a teaspoon of fennel seeds, zest of an orange and of a lemon. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to crush the zest of the two citrus fruit vegetable. Up to you. You can use the fennel seeds are completely optional. You can do without fennel seeds, but it imparts a nice sweet aroma, or kind of aniseed aroma to the biscotti. People say that you can put a spoon of sugar as well. Probably it aids in crushing the aromatics. Alright, that's it. So in a big mixing bowl, I take about 250 grams of caster sugar, 250 grams of all-purpose flour. To this I added about a teaspoon of baking powder, a quarter teaspoon of some salt, and that's it. To this I'm going to add the crushed fennel seeds and the citrus zest, the orange zest and lemon zest. If you have lime, use lime, whatever you have, just to give it some aroma. If you don't have orange, you can use orange essence. To this I'm adding all the nuts that has been toasted and roughly chopped. Okay, you have to be very careful with the ingredients now. So I mix all the flour, the nuts together, and To this we are going to add about 2 eggs lightly beaten, and then we mix the whole batter, the sugar, the flour and the nuts. Some people, they say that you might add some butter, but butter is going to give it a soft texture. We're not looking for a soft texture. Biscotti is quite hard. So that's why in Tuscany they dunk it in Vin Santo or any sweet wine, whatever you have, and then have it as like a dessert after a meal. So this is how the dough looks now. We are not going to knead the dough. All we need to do is mix the dough. So after this we need to divide the dough in 2 halves. Alright, roughly in 2 halves, and then we'll roll into a cylindrical shape. So we're going to flour the work surface and gently with your hand roll it into a cylindrical dough. Since there is not much moisture and due to the crack of the broken nuts, the dough is going to crack, so just be careful and try to roll it as gently as possible. So as you have seen, I have prepared both the rolls, and now we will put them in a baking tray lined with a paper. And our oven is already heated to 200 degrees C. Alright, and it goes in the oven for about 20 to 25 minutes until lightly colored outside. Alright, so the biscotti, the first baking part has been done in the oven for 20 minutes, and now you can see it is still quite soft. I just took it out of the oven and we'll briefly let it cool down. I have briefly let it cool down for about like few minutes, and now slowly I'll slide it into a chopping board, because now we need to do the second part of the baking. Yep, so sharp knife, we are going to slice it. While we are slicing it, I will reduce the temperature in the oven to 150 degrees centigrade because it needs to do further baking. Alright, so here we go. It is still soft, so you have to be very careful. You can see the biscotti in the still raw inside, right? So you know what, I would rather use a bread knife. I think that will make the job easier. So we are almost done with slicing the biscotti. I've already layered them in one of the trays lined with a baking paper, and here I've got the second tray. Because they just need to toast, so you don't need to leave some gap in between. You can put them close to each other. The original recipe said 30, but I think I made more than 30. So without further ado, they will go straight in the oven and for about 20 minutes, and then it's ready for for eating. So the biscottis are done, I assume. So this is how they look after the final cooking or the final baking. So we can let it cool down first until we start eating them. So this is how it looks. You can see the pistachio, there is walnut, there is almond, and once you break, there we go. So don't forget to like our video, share this video, leave a comment if you make this one, or if you make something, or if you have any special request, and don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon to receive the latest updates about this channel. Thank you for watching our video today, and see you soon.